We got a little problem there, right? I'm the problem. It's me, though. I'm the problem. Welcome back again, Jam Fam. We're back in the grocery store in my basement in my food storage room. I guess my freezers are considered part of my basement grocery store, but we cleaned those out the other day and I'm so proud of us. And we made some pumpkin chocolate chip keto low carb THMS friendly cookies. So I'll link that video down in the description below if you have not seen it. But today I am setting my watch. We're gonna go out to my dream pantry room for a good bit here, and I'm gonna give you a tour and let's see if we can pull this together. And so this whole pantry room, I mean, I never thought I would have a pantry room in my whole life, but whenever we bought this house almost 6 years ago now, hold on here, let me step out farther. In the basement, there was this other doorway and this whole other room. And so shelves were put up and attached to the wall. And you can see back in my past life, because if you're new here, I had a life implosion. Do you know that? Okay, well, now you do. Anyway, but old me. You know, I had all my little shelves labeled pretty well, and the whole idea is that this was our food storage that we would rotate. And you can see we just have a lot of things that are either, I mean, disorganized or things that have gotten used and, you know, well, how I did my system for several years here is that items would get moved to the front, and then new canned goods and such would be put to the back. But in reality, here's how things have gone for over 2 years now. So you know what? Hey, it worked. So life implosion, I think I'm 2 years and 3 months in. So about 27 months in this new universe, and the food storage worked in that me and my household. I mean, there's complete empty areas. I think this was all peanut butter. And we still have some jelly over there, but many of these items got used. Like I think this is the only tuna that's left, and we're getting low on our chicken. I've got lots of folks here who love to do tuna salad and chicken salad, and even my 8-year-old will get a can of chicken and make his own tuna salad for lunch. But I have not replenished anything pretty much at all during this time. Now, we did at Sharp Shopper a few weeks ago, and it's just thrown up there on some emergency spam, but you know, we got some of these jumbo shells because maybe 3 years ago when I went to go make stuffed shell freezer meals, I could not get those shells at my local Walmart. So when I saw them, I was like, I could do stuffed shells again. And then we have like some pumpkin down there that should not be there. I know over in that area, I have some canned pumpkin. I'm just like confessing all of my food storage sins. But yet, the big thing to remember is that the food storage did work because I had a huge unexpected life event. And my people have, even the other day, I had someone who came down here and got some chicken noodle soup. I mean, we have used it. There's been a few things, actually, that we have purchased over these past 27 months. Like, I think it was last summer, maybe, or last winter, we got this fantastic, you know, $1.99 deal on the organic tomato sauce, and I obviously have one left. At some point, I got these green beans in bulk. But my condiments have obviously, they have fallen down and gotten scrounged around. And then my bathroom shelf area, you know, hold on here. We're moving a ladder. We're moving a ladder for a minute. That's what's happening here. But bathroom shelf area, I had it labeled really nice. And when folks put stuff away, it's not always put away at the labels. I mean, I guess we got some trash bags there. There's things to pick up. And things that are falling down. I don't know if you've got things that are falling down in your life, but I do. So again, we're just going to take some dedicated time and get some things organized a bit better in here. Got my timer watch going, got a chunk of time that we can focus on this pantry organization project right now. And I'm like, what is in this box? But that That's his bandages. Okay. Anyway, there's a birthday party for a friend tonight, and I wanted to surprise and bring a 3-layer gluten-free, sugar-free, it's a Trim Healthy Mama S-meal cake from the Trim Healthy Indulgence book. I feel like if we pace ourselves just right, I can also get that done, and I'm also telling myself I'm going to make one for my household too and go to the birthday with a surprise cake. I don't know. Can we do these things? Let's get working on this pantry and see.
So yes, this hopes and dreams pantry room, it really was all of my hopes and dreams. I never thought I would have a whole room. It's a small size, of course. It's like an odd long rectangle, but my goodness, how amazing is this? I remember looking at this house and walking through this, I believe offhand, it's a 2,200 or so main space basement, 2,200 square feet, that's what I'm saying, basement, plus it has this small pantry room, and it's got another room that back when I was able to have my homestead era again for a couple years there, I used the other room as an animal feed room, and I just made it work with what we had to work with. And so yes, the last over 2 years, I think, let's see, 24, 25, 26, 27, yes, 27 months in my new universe. And I had to laugh. Someone, one of my viewers over my freezer cooking video the other day said, this is like going down the rabbit hole of J. Morrell's multiverse. And yes, it kind of is, because I feel like I was a totally different person, and I'm rebuilding a totally different life, holding on to the things that matter, of course, which is my 57 people and the core of the things that I enjoy. And then I've built new hobbies. I've learned new therapeutic modalities. We've learned a lot. And so getting this pantry room slowly worked through again and get it in a way that's workable for us in this new season of life is very, very important to me. So I know I'm not going to get it 100% done today. This is going to be definitely pockets of time over the coming weeks. The condiments at the bottom, I'm going to work on getting those organized, and in the metal baskets that I have originally, they have just been all knocked down. I honestly don't know how all the condiments got out of those baskets, but that's okay. Doesn't matter now. Mega Mama here, I'm going to take care of it. Today, I'm working on getting these basic cans organized and just, like I do with so many things, find my entry point again.
Memories. Well, Jam Fam, I know that we are in the middle of this big pantry organization situation, but we can do these things, right? And we are also going to make those fantastic Trim Healthy Mama strawberry cakes coming right up here soon. Also, I have my brand new 2025 Thanksgiving bundle that has 3 big batch cooking guides, including make ahead holiday meals, low carb, sugar-free, and also gluten-free desserts, and a mega muffins guide. Plus, you get free access to my $99 value freezer cooking course, the 4-week gentle freezer cooking course, as a special bonus during November 2025. So these 3 big batch cooking guides are 50% off. Plus, you get that $99 value course added in, and you're going to get a free PDF download of my keto pumpkin pie variation as well. Because we are cooking for holidays 2025, okay? We are cooking for a huge Thanksgiving for 30 that I'm hosting in just next week. We are also cooking make-ahead holiday meals. Yes, we are. All kinds of traditional, low-carb, gluten-free, sugar-free variations as well within that. We're cooking for a Thanksgiving Day big batch dinner for 15, and we will get cooking ahead for all kinds of Christmas adventures too. So be sure to click the first link in the description below and also in the pinned comment to get Make Ahead Big Batch cooking with me this Thanksgiving season. Yay. And so you can look at my original grocery store in my basement video from maybe 2023. And again, all of these were built out and such. But now there's just random things, like we'll have a random box here and there. Definitely, I'm inspired to do so many salmon cakes, right? But that's the only tuna left, which is funny to me because I had this all full of tuna, but we've used it. Yay. And so far what I've been doing, I mean, only 2 things of peanut butter. Is this a large family household or not? Been going through some of these shelves. Now, I don't buy different vegetable oils like canola oil and such anymore. I've been using avocado oil, olive oil, and the like, but I have those. I have some honey there I need to move around, and a whole unopened thing of blackstrap molasses, which I love to use for baked goods and such. I do have an open one that's about half full upstairs. I do have some good organic apple cider vinegar, which is nice. I did have a friend of mine about a year ago come over here, and she spent, I think 2 days trying to, well, just working on organizations. I got spider webs down here. And so it looks like she was moving and she's since moved to another state. I didn't make her move, but she moved, and I was thankful for her help while she was local. Anyway, it looks like she was moving my pie filling and such down here, which is a good idea because I do have pie filling, I know, mixed in with the other canned fruit and veggies. And so we also have a mystery can. Let's see if this has any, maybe it's, nope, okay, that'll just be a mystery can for the zombie apocalypse. Some cranberry sauce, 'tis the season. So it's a lot per shelf. And I think those vinegars we will move down here. And there's also applesauce down here. Like the big cans of applesauce back in my happy homemaker days when we'd have our big family dinners, I'd open a can of applesauce, and that would be, you know, one of the side items on the table. And but I'm thinking, well, I could get back to opening a can of applesauce and just having it, you know, we eat in different formats these days, again, because, you know, so many ages, stages, jobs, activities coming and going, and just life is different. So, but I could get back though to having applesauce readily available. That's a thing. I probably have 10 cans of applesauce, and I have some more over here. So this is just a random shelf on the side, but there's 3 more things of applesauce here that can get moved over here. And I do have a variety of baskets. I can hear you all from across the pond there telling me, get some baskets to organize things. But I did. We did it. We got the badge. We got the t-shirt. I did have many things organized in baskets for a while. And then down here I have, boy, this would have been good when I did chili the other week. I have 6 of these big thing of kidney beans too. And so again, when life imploded, it was just very much grocery delivery, saving us all the time. And I would just have elementary age kids, teenagers, you know, people who look like me who live here, bring bags down, put it away. Sometimes just whole bags got set. I think our cats have knocked things down. And I've come in here, for a while it made me really sad to be in here and just to do a lot of things in life. And so I can be in here now and I'm not sad. So that's great. And you know, I'm all about feeling the feelings and being sad, feeling sad when I need to feel it. But yeah, I'm pretty okay, and that's what we gotta be, right? So let's see, we got some coconut oil and some ghee. I wonder if that ghee has a date on it. Let me look. I'm not, you know, things are pretty good. I found like one thing of lemonade that the lid had gotten knocked off on. I'm finding a few random things for the trash bag. Yes, that does have a very long gone date, unfortunately. Now some things like canned goods, I personally don't mind dates. I've never had a problem with that. We do move through and use them, but that ghee got away from me. Let's see, and coconut oil I think has a really long shelf life too. Okay. I'm just looking here. This luncheon meat, and I do have some people who use this, and so there you go, we got it. Okay, all right, now noodles. And like I had a bunch of ramen noodles up there, those got used up. So I apologize in advance, Ghee. Things happen, life's rough. And can't even get that open. Okay, and of course, you know, this past summer I thought I'd be moving in the summer, and I still might be moving here in the near future. Who knows what adventures await, but I just haven't wanted to, you know, there's just so much energy that goes into so many different things. I do have some good organic oolong tea. I like to drink that I just found. So that's good. This was my emergency coffee shelf. Some tri-colored quinoa. That's probably still good. I do like quinoa. Okay, good. And I have some more teas back here. Apple spice, cinnamon spice. I should bring that upstairs. I'm making a pile to go upstairs too. And I have emergency instant coffee. And a random can of chicken that should not be down here. Now I'm going to work on this top shelf here. I'm just trying to get the pumpkin that I'm seeing up here. We're going to get them to the pumpkin area. I think I saw some tuna up here too. Yay. Moving those to the front, and then new tuna could go to the back. We'll get to these. moved my chicken up to the front as well. I'm just looking here. We will be using all of this pumpkin in our Friendsgiving baking coming up. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So we got 10 of these 29-ounce cans. So far, 3 15-ounce. Random things I'm fishing. Oh, another 15-ounce can of pumpkin. So, again, the canned goods, I promise they really were organized several years ago. But anyway, the canned goods are so disorganized. I mean, there's some things I see. Like, we're getting the tomato things back of the tomato things, but I'm going to focus here on trying to get more of these baking fruits down there. Or maybe they are all down there now. Also, I saw some soup things up here, and they need to be down on the soup shelf. Whoop. That can looks like it exploded. Some more tomato things. And then as I get it organized again, it's easy to put things where they go, right? We've needed a mom. We've needed a mom in here. And I'm the mom. It's me. Also, now I don't cook a lot with canned cream of soups anymore, but in case of an emergency, I don't mind having cream of soups available. And if you're trying to do like a $5 dinner, okay, you can right now get a 1-pound roll of ground turkey. You can get a can of cream of soup, and then you can get some great value noodles or some rice. If you're able, you could put a little butter in there. You could put a little sour cream, a little salt, a little pepper. I used to call it stroganoff, okay? It was just a hodgepodge of whatever frugal ingredients and a can of cream of mushroom or cream of chicken, and it did the job. So, I do have a decent stash of cream of soups that I'm not using in this season of life. And then the rest down here, I thought these were too, but we've got condensed chicken noodle soups. And we have like some Denti Moore, some chicken and dumplings, and some beef stew. These are things that I'll see a teenager with a bowl of beef stew from the can. They've been able to grab and go and get what they need and work out of this pantry too. Okay, so I was going to go after fruit toppings, wasn't I? I think most of those got pulled, although not related to fruit topping, but can of tuna. So that's really good. Now, stocking back up on tuna and even cases of chicken is something I can do. I need to stock back up on peanut butter. That's a big thing. With these canned tomato products, you know, we home canned our own, just very basic tomato sauce this year, and I used a bunch the other day when I did homemade chili. And you know, upcoming project, we are dwindling, reorganizing. Excuse us while we jump over to the canning pantry. But we have some home canned broth left, but not a lot. And I will drink a quart at a time. This is home canned. These right now are some beef broth, and then we have a few quarts of chicken broth left. And you know we have the bones to make more of both, right? And so that is super. So we definitely have canning on our upcoming project list. We have, what, like less than 50 or 50-ish days left in this year. Big Friendsgiving for 30, Thanksgiving for 15, lots of running events, Christmas house parties, homeschool group parties, birthday week before Christmas, birthday the week after, all kinds of fun things happening. But maybe it's January. Maybe that's our plan. Let me know what you think. We get through home cooking from scratch for the holidays. I like this. I like this about us, right? And then we start the new year canning, doing a ton of beef bone broth with the grass-fed cow bones that we're holding on to, and doing a bunch of home canned chicken broth from all those chicken carcasses and some turkey carcasses that I'm holding too. We could start the new year being rich in broth, and that would be a lot of fun. Okay, well, we made some dents. We've pulled the chicken together. We pulled the tuna together. We've worked on pulling the tomato together. We got our pumpkin down there, the rest of the pie filling and such, which that might be all I have. And there's a lot of open spaces now as we work through this, and that is okay. But coming up, we need to do the soup shelf. I have wide variety. That's like different beans, corn, and I see coconut milk up there, and like some beef hash, and there are some fruits. This used to be all canned fruit, and then we had beans there, and then other vegetables. But anyway, we're going to continue to work through this. Obviously, I'm not getting it all done right now, but this is how things are looking, and this is a project that we are going to continue to work on together. And you can see all my good intentions down here. Now again, I believe I have just enough time to pace myself and get this birthday cake fun going. So let's go get that going and see how far we can get. All right, so now that we've got a good handle, good grasp on cleaning up the grocery store in my basement pantry room, my dream pantry room that I did not even think I would have in this life. And I'm thankful that I've had this opportunity to have it. Priorities though, we're gonna take a break, trying to do some multitasking now, okay? This is the Trim Healthy Indulgence book. You know I love the Trim Healthy Mama and Trim Healthy Mama recipes in all their shapes and forms, all their cookbooks, sorry, that's a timer, all their cookbooks through all these years. My Trim Healthy Mama, first Trim Healthy Mama baby is about to be 11. So during that pregnancy with my soon-to-be 11-year-old, it's when I entered the THM universe. Their first cookbook became my best friend, and I have just loved them. Love them. It is a love fest. You know that I love them for all these years. And I love this Trim Healthy Indulgence cookbook, although you wouldn't think so by how I just smacked it. But anyway, it's all sugar-free and gluten-free, and there are some dairy-free tweaks and variations, like there's a dairy-free buttercream icing. Okay, all that to say, we're going to a birthday thing tonight, and I'm surprising this friend group with this gluten-free, sugar-free strawberry cake. Have I made this before? No. Do we have to like get ready and be going with the cake in our hand in like 2.5 hours, and I need a bath, and I need to get presentable and out of running clothes? So many things need to happen right now, right? And you know what else? This is the best part. You ready for the best part? We laugh, mamas. You ready? I had strawberries ordered for this strawberry cake that came yesterday. They were in a Walmart bag on the top back of my refrigerator, because why would anyone need to get in a Walmart bag up there when we have bushels of apples and blueberries and blackberries and all this other fruit? I don't know why, but you know what's in my sink over here? I'm also a private investigator. I went to my refrigerator to get ready for this. Strawberries are gone. I'm gasping because I've waited until just a few hours that I need this cake to make it for the first time. No problems. I go to the sink. Somebody made strawberry smoothies, but not with the frozen organic strawberries from the freezer on all those wonderful shelves we organized full of organic frozen fruit. They used the strawberries from the bag that I had delivered yesterday for the cake. Okay, so what do we do when everything is sliding and blowing up? We compensate, we figure it out. Walmart delivery. I think by this point in 20 minutes, more strawberries are going to be here. I ordered them 20 minutes ago. I've got our ingredients ready. And at some point, somehow, I'm getting a bath and putting on a dress and getting presentable and finishing the cake, and we're leaving. I believe that we can do this. Let's go. Okay, so this strawberry cake is on page 65 of the Trim Healthy Indulgence Cookbook. Now, I had told myself that I was doing 2. I was doing 1 of these for my house, and then I'd get to test it out, and then I was doing 1 to go to this evening birthday, okay? Am I still doing 2? Why not? Why not? Let's go for it. The only thing is it might end up being a little backwards, and I can't finish decorating the one for my house, and I forgot like how much time I talk when I film. Okay, so let's get cooking. That's what matters. So we're going to need Trim Healthy Mama baking blend. There are homemade baking blend variations. I order it in the bag because it's just so convenient for all this yummy cooking. We got some almond flour. They use in this recipe the strawberry whey protein powder. I just have, this is basically unflavored, pristine whey protein powder. Gentle sweet, I have monk fruit and I have swerve, so we'll be using that for variations. We've got baking powder, we have baking soda, we have butter, we have almond milk. We have our homemade vanilla. Look at us. Someone was just checking or coming in the kitchen. They saw me filming and they're like, nope, not doing that. Then let's see. Strawberry extract. And okay, I ordered this in prep for this a few weeks ago. It's organic beetroot, plant-based color. So that will get into the icing. And I hadn't thought of this. Actually, I probably could have used the frozen organic strawberries because we need a 1.5 cups for in the cakes. And this will make 3, it's 3 layers of a 9-inch cake. But what's nice is to have the pretty fresh, I almost said stress, isn't that appropriate? To have the pretty stress berries to decorate it. Okay, we don't need no stress berries around here, but we like the endorphins. We like to get our laughs where we can, right? And there are so many beautiful 3-layer cakes in this book that I'm now telling myself that we're gonna make. Like there's a vanilla cake. There's this beautiful spice cake. You can see the beauty and the wonders of these sugar-free, gluten-free cakes. So focus strawberry cake. So we're going to take these ingredients. I like it. We're going to eggs, butter, almond butter extracts, mix well. No, I must have at some point put the other ingredients in. Hold on. Cake ingredients. Line the 3 9 by 13-inch cakes, parchment paper spray. Mix dry ingredients together in a bowl until combined. We can do that. We're gonna just we're getting to going, okay? Dry ingredients. So we need 2.5 cups of baking blend. So, and that is the nice thing in reading this recipe. What we are mixing will make each of the 3 layers of the 9-inch cake. Okay, so baking blend time 1 and 2, and I'll just use my 1/2 cup. Okay, and we're going to use 1/2 cup of almond flour. All right, we did our almond flour. Oh, our strawberries are already here. Okay, great. Protein powder, and it wants 1/3 cup. I'm feeling good now that we're doing it. I'm feeling hopeful. When I saw those strawberries missing though, I was like, oh my goodness. And I was sad, and then I looked at the vanilla cake recipe, but I didn't actually have what I needed for the type of icing they were gonna do, and I could have switched it out, but it's okay.
It's okay. We're gonna exhale now. Strawberries are on the porch and it has all worked out. And I did not put my note on the strawberries. That just says no. A lot of times if I have something in the refrigerator, well, many times I keep it in the Walmart bag and put it up on that back shelf, and that just has meant Mom's doing something with this and you get to eat it, just not quite yet. And sometimes I will write a note on it that just says no or Mom and wow. But did not do that this time. So thankful they got those strawberries here to me quick though. Okay, we just did, theirs is a cup of Trim Healthy Gentle Sweet. I don't have that. There are times I do, but I don't right now. So I just used monk fruit. Okay, so now I have my pure baking. Okay, this is baking soda. Good thing I just paid attention to that. So 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We're gonna just let my watch timer beep, okay? That way I can set a new one. Okay, that's a 10-minute timer. Just try, it helps me with my cooking and projects to like keep going till the timer goes. Okay, now 3 of baking powder. 2, 3, and this is a half, I think this is a half teaspoon, yeah. So it's a whole teaspoon of salt. So we'll do 2 of those. Thank you for being with me on this strawberry disappearing pantry cleaning journey. Okay, what else? Everything else is the wet ingredients. And looking at our book here, okay, parchment paper, we'll do that in a minute. Mix the dry ingredients together in a bowl. Need to go grab a spoon. Then we're gonna add our eggs, butter, almond milk, and extracts. And then we're gonna fold in our strawberries, which are on my porch. I'm so proud of us. And we're gonna get, so it's 30 to 35 minutes in 350. Okay, so we'll get the 350 going. Okay, and what else? Oh, butter. I think I need to probably soften or melt. Good. I'm really good at melting butter. I can melt it too much, or I can try to soften it and then all of a sudden, you know, it's melted. Okay, how much butter though? 1 cup. Can we do it? I always like to verify. 1 stick is half a cup. 1 whole cup would be 2 sticks. Don't go any farther, right? You can do this. Sorry for the bowl drama, and this bowl's a little too big, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead, get this melted, grab a spoon, see? Calming. We're not doing no stress berry cake. We are doing strawberry cake. Nice. And see, for extra fun, for the last couple days, I kept telling myself I was going to get these cakes done, not 1 cake, 2 cakes done early in advance, right? Instead, I got several miles in this morning. That was a priority. I've been doing other mama life stuff and things the last few days. Got those freezers cleaned out. We have been checking some boxes, but not this cake. But yet here we are, right? Okay, strawberry cake, here we come. So we did that. Now, next, eggs, butter, almond milk, and extracts. Okay, so it's 3 eggs. This is called confidence layer cake building, right? Okay, eggs are in. Just gonna grab that for a minute. Melted butter. Okay, 2 cups of almond milk. And the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks and their teachings and their recipes has really taught me a good deal about
sugar-free, gluten-free, low carb, all the various flares of cooking in that vein, and the alternatives like almond flour, almond milk, flaxseed, all kinds of things. Okay, so almond milk, okay. Teaspoon of vanilla. Boy, I always get nostalgic when I think about this vanilla we made in March 2023, and I'm like, different universe, but this vanilla is still serving us now. Isn't that great? Okay, teaspoon of vanilla, and then a teaspoon of strawberry extract. This is McCormick. I think I did have to order this through Walmart. Again, I got these strawberry, the extract and the organic beetroot to make the icing pink. I ordered those a few weeks ago. Smells like strawberries. Nice. Okay. And now we need 1.5 cups of chopped strawberries. Let me get our butter in. I'm pretty sure I mix all this and then fold in the strawberries anyway. So I need all this again because I'm thinking. I can still also do the second one. Okay. Mix well and fold. Yeah, okay. And I did not need to do the cakes until now. It was a very nice thought earlier in my week. I'll do those on, 2 days ahead. And I love myself for that. Sometimes those things go like that, but more often than not, we're figuring something else out. Okay. Okay, so that can sit there and light it for a minute. I'm going I know this is a liquid cup. I'm just gonna fill it to the top, and that should be, 1.5 cups of strawberries. Pretty close. Look, I got my cake carrier. I was prepping, trying. Okay. Now everybody at my house is going to be scared to eat strawberries. It's gonna take me a little bit to convince them, no, you can eat them. But anyway, if it's in the bag though, kids, wait a minute. Look pretty good. Woo. I'm just sitting there thinking about the water dripping. Just put some on a plate. Okay. Still got 1.5 minutes on that timer. But here in just I'm not gonna put those in that cup. Just a few minutes, we will be putting the 3 9-inch cakes in, and I will quickly roll through doing it a second time. I did check because I'm down to my baby oven, and I can fit 2 cake pans on 1 rack, which is good. I mean, it's a tight fit, but it works.
Just gonna do a little bonus strawberry. I guess I'll just chop the rest of these really quick. Let me get an assembly line going, like I've actually cooked many things before, right? Okay, so here's our overflowing cup and a half equivalent. We are going to fold in. I'm going to save this little strawberry flour. I might put that on the cake. That might be fun. But it says to fold them in, so we can do that. And it's been a while since I have baked in round pans like this, so I'm going to parchment paper them, and I almost said aluminum foil, spray them well. Okay, looks very pretty. And they say, mix well, fold in chopped strawberries, divide evenly into 3 cake pans. Bake at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. Let cool. Okay. Please be okay. Divide evenly. I'm looking at how much they put in each cake pan. You can always take a little out and borrow. Okay, they are using their hands in the picture, so yes. Please be okay, little stressberry cake. Please be okay. Now, in the recipe story, she talks about how her mom used to make a strawberry cake when she was growing up, and she called it a starberry cake. So that is fun. This is the olive oil spray I got at Walmart. It might have a little bit too much, or it might be fine. Coming out very nice. Might be able to go back and add a little bit more to that first one. I'm not sure.
What I might need to look into doing for my household is if I can, maybe I'm doing them a 10 by 15 or even like a 9 by 13 sheet pan. I don't know. Let's get this going and then we'll see how we're going to make the rest of this work. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this will work, okay, because I only have one of these right now. Those are in the oven. We are here, we have ingredients. I'm going to make my household the 10 by 15. It won't be the layers, but they get a 10 by 15, you know? What's wrong with that? And I will, I don't need parchment paper and spray on this. And I'm going to, again, this is the not sure if this will work component. I'm gonna use the same ingredients, but instead of 3 9-inch layers, I'm gonna use one 10 by 15, okay? So, my THM friends, I'm testing this out for you. But I think this is still gonna be great. So, let me get my butter going. We just need to do our little ingredient dump again. I have a timer set for 20 minutes for me to look at those and move on my racks if needed. Flip them around there, so that's good. Look at us, we're on top of things. I'm gonna use my little butter box to be my little trash can. Put these in the oven. Nope, microwave. Okay, now we'll just do it again here. So 2.5 cups of baking blend. Stay there. Guess my spoon can stay there for a minute. Okay. Now we're going to do, I'm going to get the almond flour. I paused because I was heading for the protein, the whey protein, but I'm going to get the almond flour in there. And then 1/3 of a cup. I think it would be obviously even more phenomenal if it was 1/3 of the cup of the strawberry protein powder. But I have used their protein powders in shakes and things in the past. I have this particular one that could go in any flavor profile for baking in particular. Okay, then we will use a cup of fruit. Nice. Sorry, I'm just looking at this, distracted for a moment, obviously. We're thinking deeply about washing teaspoons and things. Okay, so we need 3 teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt. So, baking powder, proud of us for doing it. We are turning our stressed berry cakes into strawberry cakes. 3 teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons baking soda, teaspoon, I'm just going to use this one because it's in my hand, of our Redmond salt. Okay, nice. Now, let me see if I have another spoon over here. Probably not. And then again, it's going to be 3 eggs, a cup of melted butter, 2 cups of almond milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of strawberry extract, a 1.5 cups of the strawberries. I wonder if I should have done 2 teaspoons of strawberry extract since I don't have the protein powder flavor. But this was only only a third of a cup, of the protein powder, and that would not have all been a strawberry taste. Anyway, the thoughts, I think. We do put strawberry extract in the icing that we're going to do in a minute. So, we did the butter, but I need to do the eggs. My battery light is blinking right on cue. But I am proud of us. I feel like we can move into our big Friendsgiving for 30 and other large family style, just every day around here, haha. Thanksgiving adventures coming up, getting this pantry tackled, and we all got the freezers tackled. Got a good starting point for projects moving forward. Okay, now, vanilla. Well, 2 teaspoons of vanilla on that one, and strawberry extract, and I'm excited. These cakes go well. Maybe we'll do these, or they have that spice cake, something similar for our Friendsgiving. Okay, strawberry extract. Now it's just the strawberries again. So we will get this one mixed up and ready. And as these cakes are done, we can get this one in the oven. And hopefully in between that, we will get the strawberry frosting for both. Just need to cut more strawberries here in a minute. Okay, so fairly quickly with the strawberries. Just kind of eyeball. We did 2 handfuls of strawberries. Is that roughly a cup and a half chopped, but also measuring in a liquid measuring cup? Probably pretty good. A few bonus strawberries. Now we should go ahead and strawberries, since we have that mess out for our topping on top of the frosting. And we could go ahead and make the frosting. And again, this cake is I don't know why this wouldn't work. Obviously, I'm gonna have to eyeball the time a little different, but I will start with the 350 for 30 to 35 minutes, and then if it needs a little longer, we shall accommodate. Well, this looks beautiful. Okay, and this timer's about to go off, so we're just gonna, oh, these are looking so nice. Look, aren't those pretty? And actually, they really looks like no difference between the bottom or the top, but I'm going to just switch them out. Okay, so in the pretty picture, they have strawberries going around the edges, strawberries on the top. And so it's just, we're just going to slice strawberries. And then for my 10 by 15, well, we can lay sliced strawberries all down that. Just my 10-year-old just came in here and said, oh my goodness, that looks so good. So that was nice. Okay. And the edges, they have kind of like a star pattern in the middle, so maybe I'll do some parts that look like that. Let me be nitpicky about the strawberries here. And so I feel good about this. Let's see. Okay, I was gonna set my timer for 8 minutes. Nope, I was gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. We have 8 minutes left on the microwave clock for the cakes that are in. So I will not set my watch timer. We will go off that timer and I will just try to do maybe 5 minutes here of strawberry chopping. Don't know if this is enough. If we need more, we will cut more, but I'm going to stop here for now for this. Okay, those are coming out in 3 minutes. I washed this bowl. We're going to do our frosting now, and I need to rotate with getting myself ready. That's the next party trick that needs to happen. Okay, so I am going to double the frosting. So, well, and now I feel like I must peek. Okay, those are, if you move one around. These look done. These, I'm pulling them. Pulling them. Okay, those are good. This one's going in. I think we're okay. I don't have a toothpick to stick in them, but let me stick a fork in them. Coming out clean. And then I was thinking, now actually to help them cool, because I need to leave in an hour with this cake put together, I want to pull them out. If I can, just pull the parchment paper up and set them out. That'll help them to not be in that aluminum. Although, yeah, it's hot down here, hot there, we're gonna have that. Just move it on down the line. Nice. Nice. Thank you, parchment paper, for being my friend. And nice. Okay. Good. There's my timer for me to get them out, but those are just going to sit there and cool and like it. I will set another timer just to check in on my big one in 15 minutes. We're doing really good with our stressberry cake, aren't we? Okay, so frosting. And again, I need to leave in an hour. I am going to set my watch timer now for an hour for me to pace myself. Okay, dry shampoo will be involved. 2 8-ounce, okay, and they say a third less fat cream cheese. This is regular old great value cream cheese. They suggest that in a lot of their recipes because it's a few less carbs. So there is that. Oh, actually hit the hour timer. Okay. Cream cheese 1, cream cheese 2. So 3/4 of a cup of gentle sweet, so we will use 1.5 cups of monk fruit. And then 2 cups of heavy whipping cream will be for, do they have any other frosting directions? Beat the cream cheese, gentle sweet, and strawberry extract together in a bowl. Scrape down, then pour the heavy cream in. That's what I was looking for. Then add the food coloring and beat until medium peaks form. Okay. So we will stop before the heavy cream. Okay, I'm gonna have to stack some cream cheese here. So it did say strawberry extract. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, come on. Don't stress me out, cream cheese, for my stressberry cakes. And since the 10 by 15 doesn't have layers, I mean, ours just might have extra. We might have some extra icing. Okay, got all that. Let me take a moment. So now we said 1.5 cups of monk fruit. This next one. And again, all these sweeteners I get at Walmart, and even when I did THM originally over a decade ago, and I lost 40 pounds doing THM back then, exactly how they say to do it. And that was, you know, I started during a pregnancy, no weight loss then, but just a way to feed my body healthy food, and then during postpartum and breastfeeding. And then I've lost another 60 pounds in more recent years. And I don't eat THM planned exactly right now during this season of life, but I obviously use a lot of their recipes and love them. So now strawberry extract, and they say 1.5 teaspoons, so we will do 3 teaspoons. Well, and I could have done a tablespoon here, huh? But it's already in my hand. 2, 3. Okay. 3. So we're going to beat that, and then heavy cream. We'll be down to 1 mixer paddle. Something yesterday. Oh, I was like, what was I making? I did those pumpkin chocolate chip keto cookies, keto-ish. Would also check a box, Trim Healthy Mama S meal-ish, low carb. Anyway, I was doing those, which are in the freezer clean out video, which I'll link below. Scrape down, pour the heavy cream in, add the food coloring. Okay, well, in our scrape down situation, we're pretty good. Let me... Okay, so, and it was 1/4 teaspoon of the color, and I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon. So I have to stab it with my scissors. And I'm pretty sure, again, I would have to look. I either ordered this on Amazon or Walmart, but it's organic beetroot. Okay, so 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, and 4 cups heavy whipping cream, which I have 1 cup here. Well, and actually this is 32 ounces, so hello, heavy whipping cream. Okay, lay down and like it. lovely. Of course, I'm feeling like, you know, we need an icing sample there, so. Delicious, very delicious. Okay, good. I'm gonna check our other cake. Okay, fingers crossed. These have been here cooling for about 30 minutes. I'm going to move them to my refrigerator. It's going to be okay. I just want them to be ready for icing here and layering and other cake adventures soon. All right, all right. No problems, no pressure, everything's going great. Ha ha. Exhale. Okay, so one of these little edges broke off. I think I will maybe, I don't know, make that the middle. I need to just start icing these. We had a sample taken out of the corner of our big one, and that was delicious. And I now have this very big thing of icing. Okay, so I've got problems. I've got like nailed it cake competition problems, but here's a nice little package that's going to a friend's birthday. Yay. All right. Birthday cake was enjoyed, okay? Okay, wrong refrigerator. And we got a little problem there, right? I'm the problem. It's me though. I'm the problem. I just could not get the ice. I was frazzled. I was frazzled with the strawberry cake. But what's important, my friends enjoyed the cake that I brought. But I'm going to try to fix my icing now that I have a few more minutes to inhale and exhale and get this strawberry cake ready for my family for this evening. I am going to make a thicker icing. They have some buttercream versions with more cream cheese and less heavy cream. That's just how my brain is going to have to math this. Okay. New day, new hope. And I just feel like I have to say, yes, I'll wear the same running clothes several days in a row. But let's work on saving our cake. I think couple different things happened last evening. I was trying to get out the door. I was cutting it a little too close. You know, I am who I am. And, and then the icing was just more like a Cool Whip consistency instead of a buttercream consistency. And I think if I was a woman that might have had 4 more minutes, it would have been fine. But anyway, so we got a little bit of this icing left. And now, sensibly, I'm just going to see if I can get it spread around. It's looking nicer already. But what my plan was as I was going out the door and throughout today, I thought, well, I will do a thicker icing. The edges of my cakes are not as smooth as they are in the cookbook pictures because I am me, and that also could be where my icing was having problems. But I did hear from one of my biggest gluten-free folk critics, okay? And it's just, you know what you want, right? And whenever you have foods that affect you in different ways, you're not picky, you know what you need, you know what you like. Well, my top gluten-free food tester outer official told me today that they loved the strawberry cake because I didn't take the whole 10 by 15 last night for the birthday thing, I took part of it, being sensible, and there was enough of that left here for some of my people to have some last night. And my gluten-free Maine folk loved it. Well, maybe we don't have to make any more icing. Maybe new day, fresh brain. But my friends loved the strawberry cake that I brought them, and I also told them the story about me accidentally calling it a stressberry cake. So this cake will forever be the stressberry cake now at my house. But that also makes it delicious. Well, I think we're fine. Okay, and I had cooled it. I put the 3 cakes in the refrigerator while I went to get ready, and the icing. Huh. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. I mean, just again, this is going pretty nice here. Pretty proud. It's like almost time to chop some strawberries and call it good. And we have some areas to smooth here. Oh, I love stressberry cake. Okay. Well, I thought we were making more icing. And my gluten-free Maine #1. We'll have to think of a name for that position. My chief gluten-free officer around here. I was telling them the other cakes in this Trim Healthy Indulgence book, and they've made some of the recipes in that book on their own as well. But when I was going about the spice cake and the lemon cheesecake, I mean, we need to do it all. You know, I have recommended several of the THM cookbooks. I mean, just all of them. Get them all. Sometimes I even find them in thrift stores these days, and I will get them and then give them to my local friends. I'll be like, I know you said you wanted this or you were interested. Found this at the thrift store, and that's gold. So, enjoy. Okay, kind of like when I see Little House on the Prairie books. I will get them for young reading families to build their collection. Be like, this is gold. It was at the thrift store. It should not be there. I am going to do something super delicious. Okay. I mean, there's icing left, right? Happy day. Mom tax, right? Okay, there's still icing samples left, so I'm gonna see if we can make this pretty now. So they had beautiful little strawberries around the side. Of course, my base isn't that beautiful now because I got icing all over it, but let's see if we can just distract with strawberry beauty. Now that I'm thinking I can do this thing, maybe I will make another one of these for our Friendsgiving. I went to Dollar Tree today and got a bunch of Thanksgiving decorations for our Friendsgiving party, and I will show those to you probably in my next video. Also, if you haven't seen this yet, I have a 2025 Thanksgiving bundle that has 3 big batch cooking guides. One is a big batch make ahead holiday meals, which I have used many times for several years. I have not used it the last 2 years because I wasn't cooking for the holidays these last 2 holiday seasons, but this is our year. Okay, I'm wondering if I can get super creative here. Will a strawberry stay up like that maybe? I just had this really pretty decorating idea. Okay, I don't know. This is not what it looked like in the book, but this is what it's looking like in my head. And this cake will be gone within the hour, so why not? I think this is a whole thing, and I think I am excited about it. But I have used my Make Ahead Holiday Meals Big Batch Guide several times in the past. Some of my strawberries are some different sizes. This is where the size difference shows. But also, it's also pretty. We can do this. I like it. So those 3 guides in the 2025 Thanksgiving bundle are 50% off. Plus, as a free special bonus, I'm giving my Gentle Freezer Cooking course, which is a $99 value that also comes with the Gentle Freezer Cooking Guide to help you gently fill your freezer. And that's for free. That's for a limited time free when you purchase the Thanksgiving 2025 Big Batch Cooking Bundle. So that link is going to be down in the description below. This is kind of like kids art. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's a little crooked, and it's got a lot of beauty, okay? And I probably will need to, and we need to like eat it soon, but I need to chop probably just one more strawberry here to finish the strawberries around the side. I love this though. Okay, oh. Don't drop it right now, Jay Morrell. Don't drop it right now. Okay. And in their picture, she had like some little pretty strawberry star-looking things at the top, didn't she? I think she had one in the center, but I have a lot of strawberry sides here, so I'm going to do several. And nice. Okay. Nice. Kind of like a quilt, although a quilt would be mathematically correct. So I cannot compare my stressberry cake to a quilt, but it is looking pretty and homemade-ish. And the icing is delicious. Okay, is that my last little top? Okay, and then do I set these around on the top just to use them up? Maybe, maybe. I mean, it's pretty, right? We did it. Okay, I'm gonna show my people and then we'll cut into it and serve it up. Words that I heard were, oh my, it's amazing. And I have many slices to serve out, but we did it. We conquered the stressberry cake. Might not be pretty, but it's gonna taste good. And I'm just going for it. I think as the mom doing this, I need a therapeutic piece of cake to eat while I cut. Okay, okay. But also, taste test. Okay, mine is quickly dwindling. 2 pieces have already gone out, and then here's a few more slices that I'm going to make a delivery on. Very, very yummy, very nice. That's how it's looking on the inside. I feel like I could have done more icing between these layers, but we'll just have to make it again and get better every time, right?
Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you being here with me. Of course, we've got Thanksgiving 2025 and Friendsgiving 2025, and I have so many fun running events coming up this holiday season. Several of those, my people who look like me are doing with me. So we have all these fun new traditions that we've been building out and new holiday experiences. Thanks again for being with me as we tackle this pantry. More pantry tackling coming up in the future, and I'll see you real soon with another brand new video. Bye-bye.